What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 13, Episode 7. So, listen, I have never in my life seen so many high people so angry in all my life. Usually when you smoke weed, it mellows you out, right? Or you are ingesting weed, edibles, whatever the situation might be. But Kyle is still angry and yelling back and forth with Sutton. Listen, I said the same thing. I still feel the same way I felt last week and what I said last week. I feel like Sutton was trying to get Kyle to talk about what was going on in her marriage, what was in the press. Kyle didn't want to talk about it, even though Kyle had let the ladies know, look, this hasn't been a great year for my marriage. They're going back and forth. They're rehashing the whole argument they had at her house. And honestly, I'm just kind of sick of it. So then they get to talking about the gift again, where they thought that Kyle was wearing a new wedding band because it was an apology gift for Mauricio. And Kyle was like, girl, I never even heard of that before. And, so the ladies who've been cheated on, they sort of vibed off of that for a minute. Erica talked about she looking for her great love affair. Sutton was throwing shade. Talking about, girl, you had your great love affair. I mean, you had your older man, your rich older man who wished you away. I mean, it just didn't end the way you wanted it to end, child. Then Denise asks, listen, this scene right here will be a perfect example of what Variety was talking about in their little expose of Bravo, because Denise Richards was clearly not with us. Now, I ain't gonna say what the woman had in her system, but she clearly was inebriated off of something. She was slurring her words, her thought process was all over the place. She even looked like her eyes were even like glazed over. That, whatever it was, it won't weed. Now, I don't know what it was, and I ain't gonna say what it was, but it won't weed. So she called herself trying to address Erica and how she felt like Erica treated her on her second season on the show. She said, when we were first on the show, we were like vibing, we were cool, and then that next season, you were just really mean to me, and I just don't know why. And Erica was like, girl, well, what are you talking about? Like, I need you to tell me what I did. You know what you did. Erica was like, I don't. You know what you did. You know what you did. Just admit it. Erica was like, I'll admit it as soon as you tell me what I did. You know what you did. Oh my gosh, Erica, you know. And I was like, at that point, I was with everybody at the table. I was confusion because nobody knew what she was talking about. Now, later on, when she was talking to the ladies later on, she was saying that she was talking about that whole situation where Erica was talking about sex in front of the kids when she had that whole party at her house. First of all, girl, that was like 3 years ago. Don't nobody care nothing about that party. Don't nobody care nothing about Erica. I mean, in the moment, I remember doing my review saying that Erica was out of line and maybe she was doing a bit much. But, I mean, honestly, like, after that, like, we moved on. We have all moved on, Denise. But Denise, again, was clearly not with us. Then Sutton turns around and lights up a damn joint. A pre-roll joint that she probably bought at somebody's dispensary. I am confusion again. You don't have no problem. She said, well, it's legal. And Kyle said I could. First of all, most people just don't be smoking in front of other people. Whether it's weed, cigarette, cigar. Like, polite society now, you really need to get permission from the people you're going to be in the room with about smoking. Okay? Hell, I smoke cigars. And I be in my own house and I ask before I light up. And it's my house. Because you have to be careful. You just got to be respectful of other people and what they choose to have in their, their lungs. And I just thought that was really crazy. And then, I'm sorry, Sutton, ma'am, what, wasn't it just a week ago? I mean, literally a week ago that you was down here fussing and complaining about the Magic Mike show. So the ballet people gonna be cool with you smoking weed in the middle of the dinner table, but you can't go to the Magic Mike show? Girl, make that make sense. Because it doesn't. Nothing about what you said makes sense. Moving on. So then we have the after party. I mean, the after dinner situation. Denise got her jacket on upside down, and Dorit is trying to tell her. And I'm gonna give Dorit credit. Dorit, you were really trying to not be obvious. You were really trying to be very, Erica. I mean, Denise. And Denise was so She was so paranoid about them trying to use her to create a moment and make a scene. She was like, I know what you're trying to do, Dorit. Dorit, don't do that. Dorit, don't do that. Because I think she felt like Dorit was trying to be funny and trying to use this moment. But Dorit was really trying to tell you to turn your damn jacket the right side up. And y'all know Shady Ass Productions showed us what her jacket looked like when she first got there versus what her jacket looked like in that moment. And girl, your jacket was upside down. Now, I don't even know how the hell you got it on upside down, but it was. So, child, they get Denise out of there, okay? Kyle gets Denise in her car and gets her on her way home, child. So then we come back and we done got part 2 of the damn argument. Kyle goes off to have the conversation. I mean, Kyle and Sutton get into an argument again. Child, again, they arguing again. Kyle gets upset and walks off. Sutton says something that makes Kyle walk off. Child, I don't even know. But she walks off and she's talking to the new girl, Anne Marie. And then Sutton comes in there because she wants to continue to talk to, she's saying she wants to clear things up with Kyle. But I feel like she just wants to keep arguing with Kyle. So what ends up happening is her and Sutton get into it, and she starts talking to Sutton about how, oh no, that was before, about her eating disorder, and she starts talking about, well, Sutton, I don't know, I mean, were you drinking? And then she throws out gabapentin. I'm sorry, Kyle, I take gabapentin, okay? I have nerve pain because I have an autoimmune situation, and I take gabapentin. So what's wrong with gabapentin? If it's prescribed by her doctor, the girl says she got neuropathy. Now, neuropathy is very painful. I don't know why the hell you got neuropathy, Sutton. But if you have it, it's painful. And I don't know nothing about this small esophagus situation that she's talking about either. But whatever it is, they get to arguing about it. And Kyle walks off. Sutton follows Kyle. They get to arguing again. Kyle is accusing her of just trying to stay in good with Kathy. You just don't want you don't want Kathy to not invite you to the party. Tell everybody what happened with Kathy. So we found out that Kathy did call Sutton and cuss her out because she felt like Sutton didn't defend her well enough. And Kyle was like, yeah, by the way, you didn't have my back at the reunion either. Like, that happened before the reunion, and why didn't you support me? When all this shit happened down to the reunion, you ain't had nothing to say. So then Sutton really does take a low blow. She said, girl, you done already lost both your sisters. Do you want to lose another one? And that was a low blow. And at that point, pretty much the evening was over. Because there's no way to come from that. Sutton, that was beyond low. And, I mean, I know you probably felt like you was losing the argument and you ain't had nowhere else to go. But that was pretty much it. Now, let me say this before we move forward. Let me say this to you ladies. And as somebody who is trying to get their doctor to approve a weight loss situation myself right now, I get it. But can I be honest with Erica and with Kyle? Y'all are too skinny. Now, don't nobody tell me that I'm shaming them. I am not. I'm trying to tell them, girl, ladies, y'all were beautiful. Your bodies were beautiful. They were very voluptuous and curvy and beautiful. Seeing these ladies in these dresses, and I mean, you see how small Erica's legs were. You saw Kyle, I mean, and again, I'm not saying that with any shade at all. I really just want y'all to stop because y'all are beautiful, and the weight loss it's just not looking well to me. Now, y'all can cuss me out in the comments, whatever. I don't care, but that's how I feel, okay? Anyway, like I said, that was pretty much the end of that, child. So next, Kyle runs over to Anne Marie's house, child, because they live in the same neighborhood. But it don't sound like they live that close because Anne Marie was like, girl, I can't believe you jogged over here. So I feel like she don't live that close, but she lived close enough. Anyway, so they play pickleball. We found out that Anne Marie was very athletic. She's very competitive. They play pickleball. Don't neither one of them know the rules. They just basically hitting the ball back and forth, child. And then they sit down to talk afterwards. And, of course, Anne Marie is getting caught up on the whole Sutton situation and what happened and why it happened. And Kyle is like, listen, I've been having a lot going on this year, and I told the ladies, like, I got a lot going on, and, you know, I'm just not sure what's going on. Like, I really do love Sutton, but I'm just not understanding what's going on with me and Sutton right now. Like, I don't understand what's going on with our relationship. Like, this is just really weird. And Anne-Marie is listening. I mean, she's throwing in a few jabs here or there, but she's, you know, kind of like just letting, because she said, listen, I'm in the medical field. I don't know nothing she talking about. She said, I'm an anesthesiologist nurse, and I deal with people's esophaguses all the time. And I don't know what she talking about with this small esophagus situation. I don't understand it. I don't know what that means. Crystal, Denise, and Garcelle and Sutton meet up for lunch. Now, Denise is clearly sober or soberer at this lunch, and she can articulate her thoughts, and that is where she actually explains what she's upset with Erica about. And again, like I said before, I still feel like what you mad about, you don't really need to be mad about, but at least you can articulate it in a way that the rest of us can freaking understand. Okay. Sutton then acknowledges that she went too far and it was a low blow and that she owes Kyle an apology. Child, that was pretty much what that meeting was about, child. Then we see Dorit meeting with PK and about the kids going to school. PK wants the kids in school. Dorit wants to keep them homeschooled. And PK is like, listen, at the end of the day, the kids need socialization skills. He said, I understand, you know, we took, you know, because of the Panorama, we had to shut it down, and you've been bringing in a teacher, and you've been homeschooling the kids, but now, you know, it's time for us to cut the umbilical cord. It's time for us to send them to school. And Dorit is like, you don't understand. You don't deal with the kids like I do. You work, you travel. You're not here with the kids. You don't know what they want. You don't know what they like. They don't want to go to school. Maybe they don't want to go to school because you have put it in their head that they don't want to go to school. Like, I don't know if they don't want to go to school because they truly don't, because they're young. Like, why wouldn't they want to go and be around kids all day? That don't even make no sense. Like, they're not even at the hard part of school. They still at the part of school where you take a nap every day and you are coloring and you are singing songs, okay? And you have recess in between the naps. Like, girl, if you don't send them kids to school and let them socialize, like, they don't have to. I mean, PK said something about public school, but even the neighborhood they live in, the public school is still probably better than child. That neighborhood y'all live in, the public school is probably good. Okay, so I understand as an educator, I understand where PK is coming from. I understand the want. I mean, homeschooling has definitely gone up after the Panorama. And a lot of parents never sent their kids back to school. And I get it. But I also understand where PK is coming from and saying, listen, the kids need that socialization. They need to get that about this house and they need to go to school. Dorit is still bringing up her PTSD. And PK is like, look, girl, I know that you are still dealing with what you went through, but you have to not put your trauma on our kids. And I'll be honest with you, he's not wrong. Listen, he's not wrong. You can't put your trauma on your kids. He ain't wrong, y'all. Then we see Erica meet with her creative director, basically saying that they're ready to get out here again. They're ready to start working. Erica wants to get back on stage. So we know that Erica already has a spinoff, which is going to chronicle her comeback. I guess it's going to climax with her being with her Vegas show. So I feel like this was just laying the foundation for that, which is going to probably start as soon as the reunion is over. You know, I think I read that it's like 8 episodes. In my opinion, 8 too many, but okay, girl, go off. I mean, you know, give us the good old Erica Jane down to the Vegas Strip. Okay, girl. Last but not least, we see Dorit meeting up with Kyle and with Kim, and they have a very emotional reunion. You know, we find out that Kyle didn't even know about Paris's baby child. She found out in the media with everybody else. Like, that is how bad things were at that point between her and Kathy, that she didn't even know about the baby. The kids, she felt like her daughters are being put in the middle because they have their own separate relationship with Kathy and Paris and Nicole, and she feels bad that all of them have been brought into it. You know, Kim says, listen, life is too short. I really want you guys to figure this out. I really want you guys to, you know, be family again, be sisters again, child. And that is pretty much where the episode ended. Can we move on from the Child, can we move on from this Sutton Kyle thing? Because again, Kyle is really just trying to get Sutton to open up and tell everybody all her business as it relates to her and Mauricio. Kyle has given us the breadcrumbs. She ain't ready to tell us. Now, from a EP point of view on this, we know that Kyle really don't be giving us a whole lot of her personal business. So I understand why Sutton is like, girl, give it to us. But, you know, child, but from a different point of view, girl, she don't want to tell y'all. Anyway, that was the episode. Let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.